Give it up for the very funny, Mr. Tony V, everybody.
Keep that going for Karen, why don't you? Karen, yeah, doing it great. That was fantastic. Apparently a black fella. Yeah. I was talking to him backstage, never said a thing. You think you know a guy. Nice to be here. I gotta say, it's great to be working here. I seldom get to workplaces where bug spray is mandatory. I am gooped up and ready to rock. I don't expect much out of you. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy me. I know that's odd. That's what you'll be doing, is enjoying me. I usually stay in and enjoy myself. Tonight I thought I would share me with you. Here's the only thing I need you to know to have fun while I'm up here tonight. At no point during my act will I pretend to have a heart attack. That's it. That's all I need you to know. So it follows, if for some reason I fall, don't laugh for 10 seconds. Going, oh boy, is he committed to this little physical piece of humor? Nope, I am checking out. Call somebody. I don't care what they told you earlier. Turn your phones back on. And should you get a signal here, call someone. Now we can relax. And I do like to make that little disclaimer. As I age, I'm not getting old gracefully either. I am at a weird point in my life. You know, when I was a kid, I used to admire like astronauts and athletes. Now I admire any man who can sleep through the night without getting up to take a leak twice. Yeah, your priorities change just a little bit. I just see young men and I go, really, the whole night? Can I come over and watch? No, nothing weird. I just want to remember what it was like. I am getting old. I don't like it. Let me ask you this. Anybody got the thing now when you start to sit down and the last 4 inches is free fall? Yeah, that is not a red letter day in a human's life, my friends. When you can't control your rate of sitting, you got some problems. So I'm sitting, I'm down. That's it, I am down. How'd you get here? I have no idea. Last 4 inches is a blur. Because you know what's coming next. You ever see the folks that need a little bit of momentum to get up? You can see them ticking it off in their head. That's it, I'm going on 3 no matter what. They get up like a triumphant gymnast. Ta-da! 9 sevens across the board. I stuck that one. Speaking of, have you been watching any of the Olympics, have you? It's pretty good. Yeah, they're doing great, yeah. Yeah. I always wanted to, you know, I will say this. I'm going to guarantee this when I make this next statement. And I picked the age 26 to make this statement. I'm going to say this. Any guy in this room over the age of 26 has said this out loud at one point. You know, if I took a year off and I trained really hard, I too could be in the Olympics. No, you can't. They would have found you by now. They're not looking for you. I'm down to archery. I think I could pull that off, maybe. Although I go, how long do you have to hold that thing like that? I come from good stock. I am going to live a long time, I'll tell you that. You should do the same thing. I I got a dad. My dad's 92 years old. Yeah. Yeah. 92. Yeah. He had a birthday not too long ago. My wife, God bless her, she goes, your dad's going to be 92. I go, yep. She goes, what do you get for someone who's 92 years old? I said, I don't know, something we like. I am reasonably sure he mentioned kayak. And my wife looked at me like only a wife does. I said, what are you getting mad at me for? I talked him down from jet ski. I'm not mean. And honestly, my dad might live forever. My dad's got what you call a pacemaker, to keep the ticker going. And I don't know anything about him, because you'll find this part hard to believe. I am not a doctor. Honest. But they tune him up every 3 or 4 months. I don't know what they do. They get the grease gun, they put him on a lift. I don't know. And I went to one of the meetings, and I was talking to the technician, and it hit me in my tiny little head there. I said, well, that's electricity in there, right? She goes, yeah, it runs on battery. I said, well, that makes a lot of sense. I said, just out of curiosity, though, how long does that battery last? I'm waiting on a kayak. Just trying to plan my next couple of summers, And she says, the battery lasts a minimum of 10 years. And we usually get 15 or more out of them. And I said, well, that's amazing. Have you told the cell phone people about this? Yeah. I can't get but 4 or 5 hours out of mine. Nice part of the story is I've hooked my phone up to my dad. And we've become much closer, and he gets great reception. Not gonna lie to you. You gotta prepare for the future, too. You gotta stay young and young looking or something. I don't know. My wife, the other day, she says, made me go to the doctor. Which is the only way a guy will go to a doctor, right? Guys don't want to know shit about anything. We just want to eat and die. My wife was so nice. She goes, look, and I want you to go get checked out, because I'm not going to have you go belly up and I get stuck raising your demon spawn alone. And when someone says something sweet like that, you listen. So I got to tell you this. I go to my doctor, and he's checking me out, and I don't know how to take this. He goes, Tony, I think you're doing the best you can do. Which I don't know what he just said to me. For a normal human being, not so good. You seem to be breathing. Let's start there. And he's checking me out. Then my doctor did the weirdest thing. He left in the middle of my exam. You ever have that happen? He goes, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I go, where you going? What's more important than me? And they leave you sitting there all vulnerable in your underwear on crinkly paper. You ever been alone in your doctor's office? All you can do is try not to touch all the shit in there you want to be touching. You're just sitting there going, I could use a gross of tongue depressors. If I had my own stethoscope, I could do this myself. And my doctor comes back in the room. He goes, Tony, I need you to pee in this cup. And I go, from here? All right, it's your office. I'll give it a shot. I'm going to get a little on you. I don't know what kind of outfit you're running. You're going to need more crinkly paper, I'll tell you that. And then he got all serious on me. He goes, we got to discuss something. And I go, okay. He goes, you got a little high blood pressure. I go, how little? He goes, well, you should take care of it. I go, well, what do you do for that? And he goes, well, I got some pills I can prescribe to you. And I go, I don't really like to take pills that are prescribed to me. else you got? And he says, diet and exercise. And I say, let's go back to the pills. And I wasn't paying attention. That's the guy in you again. You know, you don't listen. The guys that we don't. You know, he was telling me what could go wrong. He goes, there could be complications. I go, like what? He goes, well, you could go blind. I go, I've seen enough. I'm a middle-aged guy. What are you going to show me I haven't seen before? He goes, you could have a stroke. And I go, I need the rest. I'll be fine. And then he goes, just like this, he goes, you could have trouble performing. I go, whoa, 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 whoa. I couldn't be a stand-up comedian anymore? And he says, no, and he explained it to me. He goes, you could have trouble in bed getting an erection. I said, well, why didn't you start with that one? Conversation would have been over 10 minutes ago. That's all a guy ever hears in his life is blah, 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 your dick won't work. They should just tell guys that for everything. We'd be the healthiest people in the world. Well, they got a bad cold? Take care of that. Your penis is going to fall right off. Well, fix it. Broken leg, you will never have sex again. Well, fix it, damn it. And I do try, right? About 8 months ago, I said to myself, I'm going to get back into shape. And I realized I have never been in shape. I got nothing to get back to. This could actually be my shape. I went on a diet once, and the first 2 weeks, I lost no weight at all. I actually lost height. I have no idea how I pulled that off. Apparently, I had about 1/4 of an inch of fat on the bottom of my feet. I lost that and I shrunk. I don't know how anything works. And we're obsessed with weight in this country. I got people now coming up and talking to me about me. You ever have that? Like people I don't know real well, they're going, hey, you trying to lose weight? I go, what do you care? You're thinking about it more than I am. Well, you know, she goes, well, you look like you might have lost something. I go, I'm talking to you. I'm not eating. That seems pretty good, right? And we're upset. I went into a Dunkin' Donuts recently, right? Just to browse. And, well, you got to go in every couple of weeks or you lose your place in line. And I go in there and I see this. They got Oreo cookie milkshakes now. Not needed. Oreo cookies are the best thing in the world. They didn't need any help. That means somebody went into a Dunkin' Donuts and went, you know, I'd like to have an Oreo cookie, but I am so sick of chewing. Any way I can get an Oreo in me quicker? Maybe we could whir it up with some dairy and I can suck it through a straw? How would that be? Yeah, great. Why don't I throw some chicken and broccoli in there, too? You'd have a whole meal. You see the guy 2 years later, how you doing? Pretty good. I haven't chewed in 2 years. I feel fantastic. But I try have children, which makes me try. They're always trying to get me to do shit, too, my kids. Like go out. I'm not a big fan of out. I like in. I like to watch out from in. Like on a 64-inch plasma screen, high def. Yeah, it's so lifelike. You open a window, it's almost like being out. They always want me to do stuff. I was traveling. I ended up in Nebraska recently. You ever been there? It is the dumbest place in the world. It is just flat and brown and stupid. Like, if you've seen Nebraska on a map, you've seen Nebraska. That's just it. Like we flew in, right? And we landed in Omaha, Nebraska, but you didn't have to. They could have touched down anywhere. You could have just went, yeah, I'm going by my house. Do you mind dropping me off? And they got corn. I've never seen so much corn in my life. You ever? It's just corn everywhere. Hundreds of miles of corn that they don't eat. It's cattle corn. They just got it. I go, you don't eat it? No. Could you? No. So you just look at it, give it to the cows. Yeah. It's like an agricultural strip club. You know, these guys are just standing in their fields going, oh man, look at that corn. I would love to eat that corn. I think that corn likes me. No, I got my own corn at home, but I don't eat that either. What I'd do to that corn if it were mine. I think that's where all the trouble happens is outside. I'm always getting into weird stuff. I was driving tonight coming up here from Boston, right? And I was on the highway and I got cut off by a boat. Never had that happen before in my life. You know, I'm doing the speed limit, 85, 90. You know, I look up from my crossword. Well, I won't text and drive. That's dangerous, but you got to keep busy. And I look up, and about 1.5 feet ahead of me is a boat. I came about a half a second away from rear-ending a boat, which you would have to explain to somebody, like your insurance company. You know, you'd have to go, hey, I hit a boat. In your car? Yeah. Did you go off a bridge? Nope. Just rented a boat. What kind of a boat? I don't know anything about boats. But it's pretty powerful. It was pushing a truck. The outdoors and I don't get along at all. My kids got me good this summer. They asked me to take them camping. And I know where I am. I'm just not a camper. I'm a city kid. You know what I mean? I grew up in Boston. I've lived in New York. Up until tonight, I think I could count the trees I've seen in my life. But they're your kids, and you want to do right by them. And right this second, they're the only two people on the planet who don't think I'm a nitwit. And the shine is coming off of that real quick. So when they go, Dad, we want to go camping. I go, yeah, we'll go camping. They said, you know about camping, right? I said, of course I know about camping. I'm your father. Which is what all fathers say when they don't know shit about what they're talking about. So I go, yeah, we'll go camping. And I don't know anything about it. I'm being honest with you. I know you probably camp, but I don't. Look, I've slept outside before. We didn't call it camping. We called it passing out where you were. You'd be out drinking one night, you fell over, and that's where you stayed. Where I lived, if you were lucky, someone would drag you home at 4 o'clock in the morning. But I said, yeah, we'll go camping. They said, we'll be safe, won't we, Dad? I said, of course we'll be safe. We will be in a tent. Exactly, thank you. A tent is just an illusion of safety. You're still outside. A tent is 1/32 inch of ripstop nylon. They can barely keep out the rain. It's not going to keep out a wild animal. You know, like a bear wouldn't come along and go, oh, look, they're putting them in bags for us now. We don't even have to hunt them. They're all Ziploc fresh right in the bag. We'll just hang the bag in a tree so the other bears don't get at it. Come back and use it for a piñata tomorrow. They got the ultimate. My wife's got me watching a TV show called Naked and Afraid. Do you know this show? Yeah, didn't know anything about it. They get two complete strangers, a man and a woman, right? They put them in the wilderness with no clothes on, and you got to survive for 21 days. And there's no prize. You win nothing. The prize is you're alive at the end of 21 days. And if you've ever seen the show, it's awful. They come to get them 3 weeks in and they're emaciated. They've lost like 30 pounds. They're all bug bitten, sunburnt. They got fungus on them. It's awful. I ever did that show. You pull up 3 weeks in to get me, I would be sitting on a pile of bones all by myself. 40 pounds heavier. I'd just be sitting there going, I have no idea what happened to that woman. Your show, you should have kept tabs on her. You guys want some jerky? We're going to be here a while longer. You guys have been terrific. Enjoy Bob. Thanks for having me. It's been great. Thank you.